Hello and welcome to Push Button Profits episode 20. Yes, we've made it to 20 episodes of the show where we introduce you to the creators behind the Make Money Online and internet marketing products. With me today is Mr. Jamie Lewis, who's bringing out Goldmine Seeker. Goldmine Seeker on Saturday, May 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern on Warrior Plus. And if at any time you want to check out Goldmine Seeker yourself, click the link below and it'll take you straight through to the Goldmine Seeker webpage so you can check it out for yourself. Jamie, welcome to the Push Button Profit show.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for having me here.
Well, you're becoming a bit of a regular occurrence around these here parts. Regular viewers will have seen you probably not more than 3 weeks ago off the back of Wormhole, but you're back again now with Goldmine Seeker, which we'll talk about in a moment. Before we get started, though, there'll be a few people watching this who don't know who you are, as incredible as that is. Would you mind just telling people, who are you and why should we trust you? What's the very abridged version of your life in internet marketing? Who are you and what's your story?
I am a human crash test dummy for the internet marketing landscape. I've been doing this since 2014, and for a lot of that time, I was trial and error, 100%. No mentor, just straight up creativity, and a lot of the time was wasted on niches that shouldn't have done. Like, for instance, I fooled around with a product called Protect You from birdflu.com. And bird flu actually, I think, is what we're dealing with now, except the airborne version of it or something. But anyway, back then was one of my first that didn't work. I've had plenty that didn't work, but some of them did work. Like, for instance, all of my music products and beat makers that I've created and just dominated the ClickBank marketplace for music for a few years there until YouTube came out. And then after YouTube came out, I went into dating for a while and did dating products. Get your ex back, get your wife back, get your husband back, get your boyfriend back, get your girlfriend back, and then a unisex version called Don't Break Up. And then after that, I did Lose Man Boobs for gynecomastia. I partnered with a Asian herbal specialist, and we were able to do that, as well as teeth chattering and stop snoring. Those were big hits as well. Very minimal competition, and we were able to sell those for $50. After that, I mastered Google AdWords, was Google certified, and then became the singing guru. I would do sales copy while singing, and I was trying to encourage other people to be more creative instead of so cringy with their internet marketing. And then I just jumped into domaining like crazy, selling domains all over the place, almost $1 million in domain and site sales, 400,000 on Flippa, and another 300, 400, something like that on eBay, as well as 200,000 with GoDaddy premiums, all those little premium domains, $200, $300 price point.
Nice.
And then a whole bunch of other things. I launched 23 software products on Warrior Plus in the last year. And Warrior Plus is such an interesting, great place. Similar to it's like a dollar store or iTunes, where you would purchase a song for $1. And so you're able to release micro in the micro instead of macro, if that makes sense. And they do really good for people. A lot of testimonials, a lot of great case studies, and it's a more intermediate environment where people are more experienced and they're looking for more, semi-advanced strategies, which I really like a lot after so many years in the space. And so that brings us here to us. I'm with the bald Russell brand. And,
thank you.
We're going to talk Goldmine Seeker. That's right, the ultimate domaining software. That's right.
Well, I wish I had Hirsute Russell Brand's viewership on YouTube, but I'll get there one day. So listen, you've brought us, like you said, you've segued us neatly after that potted history of your internet marketing journey to what we're going to be talking about today, which is Goldmine Seeker. Goldmine Seeker, which comes out this Saturday on May 15th at 10 a.m. Eastern. Now, you did touch upon towards the end of that you have absolutely in the past few years made over millions of dollars, frankly, with domain flipping. And before we talk about buying
A
and
million.
selling.
Yeah.
A million, so pardon me, with domain flipping. Before we jump into the software, which is what Goldmine Seeker is, would you mind just very briefly explaining what is domain flipping? It might seem elementary, but there'll be people watching this who don't quite know what the power of the software is. They need to know what people do manually first. So what is this world of domain flipping about, and how does it work manually?
All right. Well, a brief disclaimer. I'm not an expert on actual domain names or the way that domain names work, but about 21 years ago is the first time I heard that I needed to buy one for my band. Actually, it was for a musical band, and back then they were, I think, $20 or something like that, and it was not as easy to purchase one. But anyway, a domain name is your internet real estate, so to speak, your actual where you're going to build your website, and you can invest in them. You can purchase either one that is available on GoDaddy, for instance, or Namecheap, or wherever, and they'll be available, and they're like $10 or something. A .info is like $2, but a .com is usually going to be like somewhere in between $9 and $12, depending on like if you have GoDaddy coupons or they have like this program. Sometimes there's wholesale programs where you get it even cheaper or whatnot. But the idea is purchase a domain name and then sell it for a lot more money and making you a profit. So it's very much like internet real estate, and if you're at a party somewhere and someone says, "Hey, what do you do for a living?" You could say, "I sell .coms." That's right. I'm in the, everyone knows what a .com is. What's your, oh, he's into .com. He does .coms. You know what I mean? And, if you've seen the Super Bowl too, you see that GoDaddy has these, so everybody knows what a domain name is, right? But that's the idea, is domain flipping is buying a domain name for, selling. It's really selling a domain name for more than you bought it for, right?
Nice.
And so what we do is, we'll get into it, but the recipe is usually, available domains, nothing nothing like, we're buying one for 10,000 and sell it for 50,000 or something like that. These methods that I've been doing for the last 5 years with students is mainly buying a domain for $10 and selling it for a few $100. And so that's the brand of domain flipping that we do over here. You know what I mean? That's the species of,
nice,
the certain types of
sales.
So
you've given us a good little sort of primer on domain selling, on buying and selling, buying low and selling high. And as you know better than most people, that's a very manual and arduous process often, or even if it's not that long or hard to do, when you're doing it at scale with multiple domains, it can take time. Which brings us now to Goldmine Seeker, which is a new software you're bringing out this Saturday 15th at 10 a.m. And again, I encourage anyone to click that link below if you want to check it out and pick it up. Tell us now, what is Goldmine Seeker about?
Well, how, this is a great way to put it. Do you know how, I don't know if this analogy would be suitable, but should I go with the analogy first or should I explain what it is? All right, so maybe I'm going to go with the analogy. You know how certain cars, like, a Ferrari has certain parts done by another maker of a car, or like a Bugatti is really a Volkswagen, and they have Volkswagen, what Goldmine Seeker is it's really a crypto software that we changed into domaining. For the first time we did that. I have other domaining softwares and I have crypto softwares, but this is actually using the infrastructure from a crypto software and adapting it for domaining. So what would be another analogy? What's another example where this has happened, like where you can use, like how Elon took, how Elon Musk bought an ICBM?
What missile?
Right?
Yeah. I didn't know this, but carry on. Tell the anecdote quickly.
He wanted the technology. He admired the technology of something that has nothing to do with what he's doing for a different purpose. because he wants to go to Mars, right? Or he wants to at least create missiles that can do certain things. And he's like, you know what, NASA doesn't have NASA, so he'll adopt ideas from other, the same thing, but for a different purpose. And that's what we did for this. It was, we want to find domains in a better way than my other domain softwares in the past. Like, when you put out a software, you're like, all right, it's great. This is freaking amazing. We're going to get so many testimonials from this. But then you're like, over time, you're like, you're going to come up against challenges and things that could be better, right? That you could optimize and make better. And so that's what we did. And we were like thinking, like, why don't we adopt the success that we had with crypto prophecy and take crypto prophecy and infuse it and turn it into domaining. And It's so much better. Like, and the results, you see with a control panel software like this, you see the results right in front of you. It's right there. Like, you see the results.
I think this is a good point, right? Because we're running too much into the world of analogy, and I want to get into the world of literalistically, what is it? Which is a dashboard.
That's it.
Yeah. So you guys have devised a dashboard, and it's really cool. I mean, the way you've explained it, forget talking about Elon, let's talk about Jamie, right? As in, you've created a dashboard.
I didn't mean to compare myself.
No. So I know that. No. Anyway, listen, right? Let's talk about it. So basically, if anyone's listening to this now and trying to understand what are they getting with Goldmine Seeker, if they were to pick it up today, you're getting incredibly this wonderful software pulled together by Jamie and team, which really niftily basically shows you with a simple red or green light system, should you buy this domain name, which is currently available, or should you not? That's what you're getting. And all you need to do to pick up this product and capitalize with it is not be colorblind. That's your entry fee. The ability is $11, and don't be colorblind. And this will make you a ton of money. So I think that's really pretty. Put that on the VSL. Don't be colorblind, and you're going to be a millionaire. You know what I mean? Or work on that. But I mean, that's really nifty. So that's the software which people be getting. Anyone who's interested in doing what Jamie has done, doing what Jamie's students have done, is pick up Goldmine Seeker. That's what it's going to show you. Is green, go ahead, purchase this domain at a very low price. Red, sit it out. Jamie's software is running tons of algorithms using different criteria, probably age, backlinks, previous owners, all those kind of things. You don't even have to go
comparable sales.
Exactly. So he's taking all the appraisal data that he can take, and running it together, and is showing you simply green, go, purchase, buy this low. I've actually had a run through. So let me just speak very quickly. I feel like I'm being your best customer. I've actually just had a dig into the software myself. So forget Jamie for a moment. Allow me to hijack the interview. And I've just delved in. And it's fascinating. You fire up Goldmine Seeker, and there are not even scores or hundreds. There's over 1,300 domains that I dug through. I went from page 1 to about page 96. And you see it faithfully run from green to red. It's not like he's just balked it so it's all green so that you buy and you think you're onto a good thing. It's pretty faithful. You see some really obscure domains like xyz.ru, and that's a red because no one's ever going to buy that. But then they've surfaced other things like, pasta.io or something, something not maybe obvious, but whatever, and it's a green. So you know that it's legit. So if you're listening to this and you're thinking to yourself, you've heard about domain flipping, you've heard about buying domains, you wish to get into it, but you don't have the time or the means to be sitting around a colorful computer like a Jamie does, Goldmine Seeker automates the entire process for you. So Jamie, let's jump in now because, I don't want this to take longer than it needs to. That's basically the front end product. You're giving people access to your software. It says green, buy this domain at a low price, you will sell it for more, or red, leave these domains alone. Cool. What's in the rest of the funnel now if people jump into this journey of wanting to automate the domains seeking process, the Goldmine seeking process? What's in the rest of the funnel now? What can they expect to help them on their journey to make more money with this process?
Yeah, so that's a great question. The front end comes with the Goldmine Seeker software, and then the first upgrade is done for you campaigns, which are basically, it's a combination of templates and listings. So you don't need to write anything when you sell it. If you want to go to Flippa, we have some freaking amazing templates. You'll find them very funny and very witty and very attention grabbing. And they're going to help you sell these domains that you find. You shouldn't need that. It's not too difficult to sell them because they're so good, but we offer those templates and we give you a virtual assistant. So that's the first upgrade option.
Nice.
And then the second upgrade is the site builder, right? And this is very important if you want to utilize the starter sites section of Flippa. All right, so that's the site builder plus 200 original site templates that are all done for you with copy and everything. So you can basically press a button, add it to your domain, and it shows up. It's not like those other site builders out there where it's like, I created a site and I've got a custom domain, but I can't really sell it because it's hosted on the site builder hosting. Well, this is basically a site builder where it gives you the option for FTP and to download the site. And so therefore, when you were to sell it, you can just transfer everything to the new buyer, right? So that's great if you want to do sales like I did. I'd sold one for 238,000, 180,000. I sold a site actually for 420,000, but I don't even really talk about that. That's not what I'm including in my stats on Flippa, because that was done with a broker. It happened, it's not really comparable. But think about things in that way, that people are looking to spend that amount of money for things, if in that case, if it brings in traffic and revenue and leads, right? But that's why the upgrade number 2 makes so much sense. And it was a bit of a debate, like whether we should make upgrade 2 number 1 or number 1 2. But I think it's in a really good order, because people, I think, really do need the done for you stuff, and they need a virtual assistant to help them sometimes. But then after that, site builder, and I highly recommend it. The third thing is my exclusive class every Wednesday, where everyone is talking, and sometimes people yell at me, and sometimes, we do all sorts of promotions together, and we build things. Right now we're building an app together. It's like a workshop. So on Wednesday, if you want access, that's the third upgrade. You get to come to the Wednesday webinars. It's a lot of fun. Again, where everyone's unmuted, and it's the best. I look forward to it every Tuesday. I start getting excited. Every Monday I get excited. But Wednesdays that goes down. And then the fourth upgrade is my ultimate download, which is basically a business in a box, where it's a zip file where you just download everything. And then the OTO 5 is a really interesting control panel, which again is great for when these domains were purchased before and they have traffic, how to monetize them. Well, we're not going to monetize them with like low ticket ClickBank offers. We monetize them with high ticket service recurring billing offers. And there's a few of them, and I found out about this from being a buyer of these services. They pay out ridiculous commissions, like $3,400, $5,000 from one customer a month, commissions to you, because customers will spend like $100,000 a month using these services. So think about high ticket commissions, right? If you sell diamonds, or you sell airplane parts, or medical equipment. It's even better than that, because these are services where the client is paying every month and you get a commission for those. So that's the number 5 upgrade. The number 6 upgrade makes total sense too. And that is, we talk a lot about selling either on Flippa or GoDaddy. What if we were to add a third marketplace for you to sell on, and that is in front of all of our other domaining partners and students? So that's our exclusive marketplace, and that's the 6th upgrade. And then the 7th upgrade is basically resell rights, where you get to white label, you can use our own funnels. So that's pretty much the funnel. It's very, very accommodating to the front end software. And I think this is a slam dunk, Johnny Rose. I really do, because, when you have the feeling like you're like, why didn't I do this before? You know what I mean? Like, like if I could find, I can't stand looking through expired domain drop lists, and I can't stand looking at, searching, it's not available. I can't stand that. And so I told my programmers, I was like, bro, use the Crypto Prophecy software and change the APIs. So instead of using CoinMarketCap, I told him, I said, I want Estabat, but I want the comparable sales and the appraisals. And then I want you to cross-reference it with thesaurus.com API, dictionary.com API. Then I want you to run it through GoDaddy, make sure it's available. It pops back. And then now I'm explaining too much about how we did it. I'm not going to do that anymore.
Yeah, exactly. No one needs to know the back end.
But it's like that. It's like that. And to give an example, like, Domainer Elite, everyone loved that, and I ran that business for 2 years, and then I sold the business. And it's legendary. Everyone uses it to this day, right? But that was in the beginning where you'd be doing manual work. You'd be like putting words together and stuff like that. And now we've gotten to the point where it's like, look, we're going for total automation. All right, the total automation where it's AI. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like, why not just have we already have all the words, we already have all we have the algorithm. You know what I mean? So it was a step up. We had so much, R&D. You know what I mean? That now it's like, this is what needs to happen. We need, the next step, in domaining. So, it's gonna be crazy. A year from now, there won't be any domains available because all the good ones will be gone. So,
brilliant. Well, listen, Jamie, J-Man, thank you very much for taking us through Goldmine Seeker, which is coming out on Saturday, 15th of May at 10 a.m. Eastern. If you want an automated solution which is going to find profitable domains for you to buy very cheaply so you can sell for very high, you want to jump in on Goldmine Seeker. And don't forget, click the link below.
That's right.
Click the link below. If you want to check it out, there'll be a very sweet bonus, which I'm going to negotiate with Jamie afterwards, which you can read all about below. You'll be getting that if you pick it up through my link. Thank you so much, Jamie, for your time.
Well, thank you, sir. Thank you for having me.